All right, this is Maestro, and I'm here with the one and only Jim Kambosos. A lot of people think it's George Kambosos Sr., but we're talking off camera, and of course, George's grandfather is the senior. You're Jim Kambosos, manager of George Kambosos Jr. Look, first of all, let's talk about the big announcement, Jim. Sweet deal, it looks like, by the sounds of it. George is going to be coming back to the United States, fighting here regularly. Co-promotional deal between Lou DiBella and Top Rank. George is going to be making his return as a lightweight, right?
Correct.
All right, right place, right time for this link up. And talk to me about being with Team Kambosos and the future, the immediate future for your son.
Well, look, the future is actually really bright. I mean, we had a promotional deal with Bella Entertainment, which we had signed in 2018. That pretty much expired. We re-extended with Lou. DiBella Entertainment, great company. Lou DiBella's a great man, and obviously Top Rank come into play as a co-promotion. So that, once we sat down and we got this deal over the line, and it's a 2-year deal. It's a multi-fight deal for George Kambosos back in the States. It's we knew that it was the right decision that we had made to extend with DiBella Entertainment. Powerhouse Top Rank on board now, and where George Kambosos will be. Obviously, 22nd of July. We can't say too much, but that's going to be his first fight back here in the States. And then, obviously, we're excited about the future with Top Rank and DiBella.
I mean, regardless of who wins tomorrow night, I mean, there are opportunities there, right, for George. If Devin Haney wins, rumor is he's moving up, which fragments the titles. If Loma wins, potentially there's a shot there at a belt, right?
Well, like you said, they are rumours. I mean, Devin Haney, if he gets the cookies tomorrow night, and he has been saying that making the weight's getting harder and harder, and we couldn't really say that that's a rumour. But yeah, if he moves up, and Kambosos is obviously in a good position, 22nd of July with his fight, the thing is, George can get a shot, at a vacant title with the IBF route. If Lomachenko gets the result tomorrow night, rumours, does Kambosos, is he shortlisted for Loma's first defence? That remains to be seen, discussed, talked about, but this is why I think tomorrow night is a very interesting fight, not only for boxing, but for George Kambosos.
You predicting a winner, or you just here to see a good fight?
No. I'm here to see a good fight, but I'm also here predicting a win. George has been with Devin twice in Australia. Obviously, Devin's gone to a different level every time he fought George, especially in that second fight. And I'm predicting that Devin's going to go to another level again. As much as I love Loma, and he's such a skillful, and he's an all-time great when he retires, I just think Devin's going to be too big, and he's going to have too much power for Loma. But look, it all comes down to, can Devin go with Loma? Because we all know that Loma's got good footwork, and if Devin goes with him, I think Devin, he wins, and wins by decision.
You seem to have forged a bond through fire with the Haneys. You as a father with Bill Haney, yeah. George is a son with Devin Haney. What worked about that, and what didn't work with Teofimo Lopez and his father? Because the way I look at it is like two totally different situations.
I think it's just respect. The word respect is a big play when you kind of compare the two sons and fathers. Myself and George are all about respect. Obviously, walking into fight week, there's a big lead up. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of things said. But it's the fathers and knowing that their sons are the fighters, and they're the ones who are going into fight. And the fathers have got their backs, and obviously, they'll do anything for their sons. But when the Devin Haney Kambosos fight was done, especially the second one, there was a lot of respect between us. We went and had a chat in the dressing rooms. It was on social media. A lot of people did see that on YouTube and that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment.
It was, mate, and it was, what? But the thing is, Bill's that kind of guy that you can tell. He's just a solid man, and he's got a lot of respect for everybody around him. He's got a great son. with Teo, things are a little bit different because, you know, as much as you want to show him the love and you want to be, you know, sitting there and chatting with him and respectful, you know, look, I still tell everybody that Teofimo's a great kid. Really is. He's a really bloody good kid. I just think, and this is my opinion only, and maybe, you know, there's a lot of people out there that kind of think the same one and agree with me. I just think his dad is just a little bit too much for Teo. And I think his dad just loves the camera, gets in the way. And this is where we were doing our thing at Churchill's boxing gym for our media night workout.
Kambosos!
And yeah, he just come out of the blue. They'd done their media. They should have been out of there.
Yeah.
George is ready to do his media workout. And all of a sudden, here comes Senior out of nowhere, like hogging the spotlight. So I reacted as a father would, you know, and protected
Did you
my
see
son.
it? Did you see what he did?
Oh yeah, he had a bit of a cry, didn't he? But you know what? He's like a little chihuahua, and I said it before, you know. You're like a little chihuahua just barking away. But that's the difference between the two guys.
Yeah.
And look, even after the fight, you know, Kambosos, Lopez and all that, the result was there. We won the fight, George, that we're all celebrating. I give Teo's dad a big hug and literally said, look, man, this is great and respect to everybody, but there is a wide margin between Bill Haney and Mr. Lopez Sr.
Well, what do you think about the fact that they still think that they won that fight and that there was like some, you know, dirty business going on with Eddie Hearn, who I don't believe had a promotional deal with George?
No.
So I didn't quite understand that. I mean, he gave an interview right after the fight saying that they were robbed, and since then he's continued to plead his case that they won that fight. The father more than the son. Again, what are your thoughts on that?
I just find that it's very laughable, to be honest. It is. It's laughable. You know, Teo, he was delusional in the ring after the fight, and it just seems like they've never lived it down in respect to he went in there as a solid favourite. Kambosos was a 13-1 underdog, and Kambosos did a job on him and did a job on him well. I mean, everybody that saw the fight knows who the clear winner was. But Teo and his dad, but mainly Teo, because he's telling everybody on social media that he still won the fight. And he thought that the DAZN and Eddie and Matchroom, and they were all, you know, corrupt, and it was all, you know, it was all set up and everything. I mean, that's bullshit. You know, at the end of the way, you lost the fight, buddy. You know what? Move on. Concentrate on what you're doing, you know, moving up to the 140s, and I hope you're a champ again, because you want that rematch. That's something we can talk about. You know, when Kambosos looks at moving at 140 maybe in 18 months' time. You know, there's a rematch there if Teo wants to, you know, tell everybody that, you know, let's fight again. I mean, there is a rematch there.
So you're excited about the deal with Top Rank. I spoke to your son. He's excited about the deal with Top Rank. Last thing I want to ask you about is the comments that Teofimo made recently about kind of the racial bias with Top Rank. I'm getting the sense that you don't buy into that. I mean, you're not black. You're going to be promoted by Top Rank. Top Rank's got a very international, multicultural stable. Talk to me about that, please.
Yes, once again, where are we going with all this? Like, you know, like he's now, you know, saying that Top Rank are racial and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. And Jesus, talk about shooting yourself in the foot. You shot yourself in the foot with the DAZN and Matchroom. You've done it out of Top Rank as well. I mean, what's left when you start to do that? No one's going to want to work with you. You know, I don't know. I just find it very strange. You know.
There you go, George. I said this. Oh, sorry, Jim.
Yeah,
but I'm
Jim.
doing it now.
Yeah.
I said this off camera. We've got the Inoue tandem. We've got the Loma tandem. We've got the Haney tandem.
Yep.
We've got the Kambosos tandem.
Yep.
Seeing fathers backing their sons.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful thing for me to watch as Father's Day is around the corner. So I want to give a big shout out to you for that, sir. And the other thing I got to tell you, I was talking to Lou yesterday about this. You come back to New York, you got to visit Astoria, Queens.
Yes.
You got to do it. You got a big Greek community. You got a Spartan community there as well. So let's get that done, sir. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. I look forward to seeing you back in New York. Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure, man. I really appreciate, you know, every time you and I get together and we have these interviews, great questions from your end, and I try to give you the best responses.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, my man.
Absolutely.